A cupcake with bright frosting appears against a white background. It hops forward and gasps as it discovers 3 muffin pans that exactly look like braille cells. 7 more brightly colored cupcakes appear. At the whistled command of the original cupcake, hop into the various muffin holes to form the braille letters TBK. The muffin tins are replaced by the Blind Kitchen logo, green braille letters TBK on a white background. Fade to black.
Welcome to the Blind Kitchen, where you can learn to fall in love with cooking again. I'm your host, Deborah Erickson, and in today's episode, we're going to talk about tactile paint.
Deborah is wearing painter brush earrings. She is wearing a short-sleeve olive green chef coat and a white apron with the Blind Kitchen logo.
Tactile paint is a very helpful and versatile tool in any blind or visually impaired cook's toolkit. It comes in liquid form, and what it does is when that liquid dries, it's providing tactile information to you if you cannot access with your eyes. I'll give you a couple examples how I use it. Here I have a salt and pepper shaker. I know that this is the salt because there is a large, thick S that was drawn on this with the tactile paint, allowed to dry, and so now I have access to that information just by touching it. The pepper is right next to it, and it also has a large P. So just with a touch of my fingers, I know there's pepper in this particular bottle. Another way to use tactile paint is to mark dials. I am holding a standard 59-minute timer. I know there is information printed on here, but it's not available to me with my vision loss. So I asked someone to please put a tactile mark using the tactile paint at each 5-minute increment. If I wanted to set it for 30 minutes, that would be pretty easy because I'd just go halfway around. But setting a timer for 10 minutes or 40 minutes, that's going to get a little trickier because we know timing can be very important in cooking. So I want to be confident that I know what point this dial is pointing to. And because of the tactile paint marks, I can know that. And speaking of dials, that is perhaps the most important place that tactile paint can help you. You can mark your stove dials either with letters like L for low, H for high, or you can just have a dot at low and a dot at high. You can mark your laundry machines. You can mark your microwave. Any place where tactile information will help you to know where you're at is going to be a good way to use the tactile paint. Another way to use the tactile paint is because it comes in various colors. For example, on this salt and pepper shaker, the S on the salt is written in black paint so that when the salt is inside the container, it provides contrast as if you happen to have access to that. Same thing with the pepper. This thick, large print P is written in white. So that way it stands in stark contrast to the pepper that is right behind that letter. Enormous variety of colors of tactile paint can also be fun as well as helpful. They come in sparkles and glitter, and they also even come in glow in the dark. So it can reflect your personality. If you're a person who does not want your kitchen to look like it's all bump dotted and marked, and you have, let's say, a white stove, you can either get a clear tactile paint or you can get a white tactile paint, and that way it will not be obvious that there is information there at your fingertips, but it'll be there for you when you need it. Thank you for being a member of the Blind Kitchen community. I hope that the tactile paint will help you to gain access to information that will help you feel more confident and independent in your cooking.
She smiles towards the camera. Fade to black. The Blind Kitchen logo appears. Fade to black. Neo Creative Productions logo appears. The logo fades to black.